Good morning, Miss. My name is Lan Anh. Today I will use presentation to answer the question number 2. What are the merits and defects of communicative language teaching methods? And I will explain with example and illustrations. Next, I have outlined and there are 5 parts. The part 1 is definitions. The part 2 is advantages. And part 3 is disadvantages. Part 4 is I will share example, and the last one is conclusion. I will move the part 1, definitions. Communicative language teaching makes use of real-life situations that necessitate communication. The teacher sets up a situation that students are likely to encounter in real life. Unlike the audiolingual method of language teaching, which relies on repetition and drills, the communicative approach can leave students in suspense as to the outcome of a class exercise, which will vary according to their reactions and responses. The real-life simulations change from day to day. Students' motivation to learn comes from their desire to communicate in meaningful ways about meaningful topics. In the next part, I will show advantages. There are 4 advantages. The first one, a communicative approach is much more pupil-oriented because it is based on pupils' needs and interests. The second, the communicative approach seeks to personalize and localize language and adapt it to the interests of pupils. Meaningful language is always more easily retained by learners. And the third one seeks to use authentic resources, and that is more interesting and motivating for children. And the last one, children acquire grammar rules as a necessity to speak, so they are more proficient and efficient. For example, classroom activities guided by the communicative approach are characterized by trying to produce meaningful and real communication at all levels. As a result, there may be more emphasis on skills than systems, lessons are more learner-centered, and there may be the use of authentic materials. In the next part, I will show the disadvantages. There are 3 disadvantages. Number 1, it pays insufficient attention to the context in which teaching and learning take place. The second one, the communicative approach often seems to be interpreted as if the teacher understands the student, we have good communication on. But native speakers of the target language can have great difficulty understanding students. And the last one, another disadvantage is that the CLT approach focuses on fluency but not accuracy. The approach does not focus on error reduction but instead creates a situation where learners are left using their own device to solve their communication problems. Thus, they may produce incoherent, grammatically incorrect sentences. For example, there is no text, grammar rules are not presented, and classroom arrangement is non-standard. Students are expected to interact primarily with each other rather than with the teacher, and correction of errors may be absent or infrequent. To sum up, It is widely recognized that mothers play a significant role in the growth and development of their children, although it is key that children receive sufficient attention from their parents. It is undeniable that working mothers provide benefits to many parts of society. In conclusion, the world has moved away from traditional household of a sole male breadwinner, and it has become preferable for women to become part of the working society in order to maintain the rapid rate of development in our the world. Thank you for listening.